the straps have come out.
Hello from the summit of Helvellyn, the highest point on the 2011 Adidas TERREX Coast to Coast race, a 4-day event that takes the athletes from Whitehaven on the west coast right the way across the country to Robin Hood's Bay on the east. They still have 2.5 days to race, but already there's been plenty to remember. In the team category, Accelerator on top. The favourites, Adidas TERREX, consisting of world-class adventure racers Nicola McLeod and Bruce Duncan, and double Olympic gold medal rower James Cracknell, are trailing.
We're under a lot of pressure, yeah. It's difficult for us because we're not specialist fell runners. I think having 2 specialist fell runner boys is a winning formula potentially in this race. But we're taking time off them in the boat, taking time off them on the bikes. So keep our fingers crossed and pedal hard.
James has struggled with the technical mountain descents.
It's frustrating losing it when you're not that tired, but technically you can't do it, and then they just seem to have rubber ankles as far as I can tell, but it's hugely impressive.
It's not easy to impress an athlete of Cracknell's pedigree. Dan and Matt Halliday's orienteering and fell running experience has been valuable, but racing with your brother has advantages too.
We've done a lot of running together over the years, so we know each other pretty well, and we seem to be pretty evenly matched, so it's pretty good. You can have a bit of an extra dig when someone's slowing down. You know them well enough that they're not going to take offence, so it's working well. Yeah, hopefully we can keep it up.
It's been a great experience so far, so we'll look forward to the rest of the race.
They're here to enjoy it as well, along with teammate Maria Leerstam and every one of the 100 competitors racing as teams or individuals. The muscles may hurt, but most of them are still smiling. The route from the Irish Sea to the North Sea takes in the hilltops and backwaters of England, while travelling through the counties of Cumbria and North Yorkshire. Covering almost 200 miles over 4 days, it's a stage race with between 5 and 10 hours effort each day, depending of course on the speed you travel. After running up and down England's 3rd highest mountain, Helvellyn, the teams will reach the end of day 2, the halfway point of the journey, via a 7-mile kayak and a 21-mile bike. After the mountain run, Accelerate have extended their lead, but they must paddle and pedal hard to maintain it through to the end.
They're definitely better paddlers than we are. We've been pleasantly surprised at how close we've held them on the paddle. So hopefully, moving into days 3 and 4 where there's no paddling left, actually it will play to our strength slightly. You only need to be in the lead on the 4th day, so that's what we're aiming for.
No wonder James and Bruce are looking so frantic as they exit the transition onto the final stage of the day. It's a tactical event for the teams in that they use just 2 of their 3 members on each stage, though every team member must complete at least 1 stage per day. Planning to make the best of your strengths or to cover your weaknesses is vital, and Adidas TERREX are using James's strength on the bike to win back some time. There's another crucial decision in the tyre choice for the bike stages, which alternate between smooth and rough terrain. Slicks may be quicker, but you definitely risk getting punctures.
What's the choice of tyres? There's a lot of road. There's about 4k of this kind of stuff, and then about 40 of tarmac. So, and this is climb, so you go as fast on these as you do on knobblies. But hopefully we can go a lot faster when we hit the tarmac.
Tactics are very much simpler for the solo competitors. They just do it all themselves. Stuart Lynch of New Zealand is wearing the men's yellow jersey on day 2, and Sally Azan of Britain the women's. However, solo racers like Sally are not immune to misjudgment or misfortune.
2 punches, man.
What did you say happened?
Got a snake bite on my tyre, and then I got a new inner tube, blew it up, and the valve gone. So 2 inner tubes gone. So, hey ho.
second at the start of the day, another Kiwi, Fiona McBride, has been working hard all the way through.
You stayed ahead of Sally today?
I don't know. I have no idea how she's going. I'm imagining her chasing me right behind me the whole way. So, we'll see you on the finish line how long it takes to come in.
After a strong second day, she rides into the finish at the Market Square in Kirby Stephen with bike and body looking set for 2 more. Sally comes in over 30 minutes later. She'll lose the precious yellow jersey, and both her and her discarded inner tubes will need to get pumped up for the remaining 2 days of racing to the finish at Robin Hood's Bay. Day 3 waves goodbye to the Lake District and moves on to the Yorkshire Dales, beginning with a run over the 9 standards, then a bike to Castle Bolton. The yellow jerseys in each category start the day last, which means that those in second place, like Sally Azan and Team Adidas TERREX, can't afford to get caught. 5 miles into day 3, they'll reach the 662-metre summit of 9 Standards Rig in the North Pennines. The 9 ancient cairns on the ridge are said to have been put in place by the Romans to look like troops from a distance. If it's true, it doesn't say much for the eyesight of the Anglo-Saxons, but whether our competitors are fooled or not, they have no choice but to go there. The summit point marks the watershed divide of England. From one side, the rivers flow west to the Irish Sea, and from the other, they flow east to the North Sea, the direction we're racing. Well, at least in theory. Because there are some for whom finding the direction is a major issue.
Yeah, I need to north over. You need to go north. Okay. Which is that away.
Having established that, it's a matter of getting the map the right way up.
Ah! No, I think we need the other one.
Or, if you wait long enough, someone else will come along. And you can just follow them.
Elite tip we do know one. Get the map the right way around. I love it though. We know where we're going really.
These two and other happy racers are soon back on with the chase. Sally Azan is 36 minutes behind on the scoreboard at the start of day 3, but she's well ahead on the ground, and with a determined effort, she's making up time this morning. 4 minutes faster than Fiona McBride on this stage.
It's not over yet. I'm giving it my best shot. That's all I can do.
The Kiwi is starting steadily on the run to the 9 standards.
So I'm looking forward to getting up to the top here.
At the top, James is continuing to struggle with the terrain on the runs, but there's hope for Adidas TERREX as Accelerate show their first signs of dropping the pace.
Come on, Matt, come on, come on, come on. Wait. Come on. Team number 42.
Matt is exhausted, but for the Halliday boys, this is no time for brotherly love.
I was feeling tired. I'm not sure if I quite ate enough.
In transition, the team are worried whether he'll be able to cope with the next bike stage.
I was feeling a little bit sick, had a bit of a dodgy stomach when I was trying to take in some nutrition, which makes it just all the harder. So I was pushing hard, trying to hold on to Dan, who was setting the pace on most of the run, and trying to just keep myself in condition to get on the bike. Transition, I got some water down without any of that sickly sweet stuff in it, and some solid food. Felt a lot better when I got on the bike, and so managed to, hang tough on the hill.
There's only cycling left today, and Adidas TERREX are stronger on that discipline. Can they take their chance on the remaining 33 miles over 2 stages? The first is off-road to Castle Bolton.
downhills,
Smashing.
make it all worthwhile. Yeah. All of this hard work, absolutely brilliant. Only tanking down, amazing.
Great adrenaline rush. It's amazing. First adventure race. Hopefully won't be my last.
Castle Bolton in Wensleydale was built in 1378 and in its long history has been the home of Mary Queen of Scots and attacked by Oliver Cromwell's forces. On her charge to the castle, Sally has gained more time.
I died actually, monumentally, but I've got it back again. It's funny how your body does that.
Are you still in with a chance of catching up?
Catching up with Fiona, who knows? It's just who knows, she might get a puncher, I might get a puncher. That's the great thing about this game, isn't it?
Sally regains her mojo and ups the work rate on the final stage of the day. 7 minutes quicker than her rival to set up a nail-biting race to Robin Hood's Bay tomorrow.
Today, nothing went wrong, so I just cracked on, and I don't think I'm in front of her, but I definitely feel like I've gained on her, for sure.
She has, but Fiona will keep the yellow jersey for the restart the following morning.
Today was quite a hard day. We'll certainly both be trying to give it everything tomorrow, so nice close racing.
In the team event, Adidas TERREX have had a better day. They've been quicker than Accelerate in transition, and once onto the bike, they've been faster both on trails and on tarmac. As they head for the finish of day 3, they're on course to make the best of their strongest discipline.
That ride's brilliant. It's great because it's a pretty flat ride. There's a sharp climb near the start, and then after that it's just head down. I've been in the tuck all the way.
We're losing so much on the run, but that's a good thing about multisport, that you can make amends in events that you're stronger.
In her only stage of the day, Accelerate's Maria Leerstam makes sure that Dan Halliday's suffering doesn't end. They too will keep the increasingly mud-splattered yellow jersey.
We're ahead of them, so that's another good day.
It's no holiday for Halliday though. Like the solo racers, he's done every stage of the day.
Really love that descent. Fantastic fun.
The men's leader, Stuart Lynch, completes day 3 in 5 hours. Stuart Lynch seems to have it in the bag in the men's event, but it's neck and neck in the women's and the teams. With 1 day to go, one puncture, one navigation error could determine who takes honours on the East Coast. Welcome back. The final race to the East Coast starts right here in North Allerton. 4 stages, 80 kilometres are all that remain to decide the Adidas TERREX champions for 2011.
I wish it wouldn't end.
Nearly there. It's awesome. I mean, what a journey. You just got to think 3 days, this is the last day. It's a bit sad it's all over. I'd like to keep going, but I don't think my body could hold out.
Fiona McBride wears the yellow jersey in the women's solo event with a slim lead of 11 minutes over Sally Azan.
Honestly, nothing's safe. A puncture can cost you 5 or 6 minutes, just like that. So I'm not cocky by any means. It's still exciting racing, I think.
Give it my best shot. I'm gonna give it all.
Over the whole day, they'll cover the final 42 miles to Robin Hood's Bay. And after an initial bike section, the second stage is an 8-mile run, and Sally is the first to set off for the high road of Carlton Bank, with a high 5 for her rival. In the team event, Adidas TERREX are in no mood to play. Bruce and James have just put in a blistering bike ride and torn through transition in 20 seconds. For the run, they've made a tactical switch with Nicola replacing James. With 50 minutes to make up on the last 3 sections of the race, it's a move they hope will snatch victory. Unaware of their strategic switch, team event leaders Accelerate are still cycling.
Better keep our legs in check, make sure we're still strong for the run. Oh, good fun.
Excellent, excellent.
It's gorgeous up here.
Right. It's beautiful, eh? Beautiful.
Up there then.
See you, Jim.
How you doing?
Good.
Excellent.
I think I've got a Sally to chase.
On the descent from Carlton Bank, Fiona has overtaken Sally, and this means she's extended her lead on the final day and could be on course to win, if she stays on course.
You right? Yeah. I lost my spirit back there. She overtook me, so I went in out long. But fingers crossed to get it back.
So far, so good for Adidas TERREX.
Not getting us today.
With Nicola on the run, they're matching Accelerate this morning.
They have the mountain goats.
We do say hello to the mountain goats at the next transition, but with the brothers getting a mouthful of pizza, we'll have to wait for the answer. The tactical switch has Accelerate worried.
Bloody hell, why's Nicola not done more running? Yeah, they've done well.
With James bringing his considerable power into play, Adidas TERREX have long since set off on the final two bike stages to the finish of the race. The tempo is high for the teams, but for some of the exhausted solo racers, the finish can't come soon enough. Even the women's leader is struggling.
Sorry to surprise you.
I was just herding in private then.
Yes.
Now it's on camera.
I apologise.
This is one of the last transitions of the race. The women's race is still very, very tight, but if Sally Zan's going to win this race, she's got to make up time out on the course and in transition.
Fiona McBride is still finding it hard to ride some sections.
No, it's just for the camera.
Though Sally won't necessarily find it any easier. The second place team are just behind her, and they too are still pushing for the win. But Accelerate are always in sight and just a few minutes behind. The yellow jerseys may not win the final stage or even the final day, but as long as they maintain visual contact with Adidas TERREX, they'll win the event. There are only 26 miles of cycling left across the Yorkshire Moors and the Esk Valley, and it's some of the most spectacular riding of the entire race. Finally, the North Sea comes into view, and Robin Hood's Bay on the North Yorkshire coast where the race will end. 4 days after the start, the smell of salt water is back again.
Where's the dibber? Where's the dibber?
Bikes are dropped, and it's a short foot race to the finish line. Some competitors have been on their feet or their seats racing for up to 40 hours to reach this point. But no matter what the scoreboard says, when the times from 17 stages are added up, just getting here is a major achievement for everyone. With a total time of 19 hours, 6 minutes, Stuart Lynch has dominated the men's solo event ever since they set off from Whitehaven.
That was, it was 4 very intense days, so it certainly wasn't easy anyway. It's a great event, so I'd love to do it again.
He's won a very competitive category. Credit goes to Chris Hope in second, ahead of Kim Collison, Anthony Emmett and John Houlihan in 5th. Out of the 16 mixed teams, Adidas TERREX are second at the finish.
Great effort on the final day, too much to make up though.
Yeah, we lost so much on a couple of the fell running stages, even though we'd won. The other events couldn't make it up, but we had the A team running today, so we didn't lose as much.
Really well organised and really good fun, really good social long weekend with everybody, and Definitely a bit disappointed to be in second place, but yeah, they're a cracking team.
Probably fair to say that Accelerate got the tactics just about right.
Yeah, I think the tactics is in team choice, so you get 2 fast fell running boys and then you go for it.
So Team Accelerate, Maria Learstam, Matt and Dan Halliday win the team event in 19 hours, 20 minutes.
I think in that last stage everyone had end of race legs, so the pace all of a sudden just went up a few notches, I think.
Running hard, I think that's where we've really gained, and then just staying strong on the rest of the race.
I think we got the balance just right in terms of who did what legs, and there was very rarely a point when any one of us was holding the other one back, so tactically I think we got it pretty much spot on, and as Matt said, the speed on the run really did it for us, I think.
The only story left for us to settle is that of the solo women, and with Fiona McBride first across the line on the 4th day, her victory is sealed. Accelerate will perhaps be relieved that New Zealand didn't enter a team too. You come from one of the most beautiful countries in the world. What's it like racing here?
I've really enjoyed it. The atmosphere and the support has been amazing, and it's beautiful scenery too. I think everywhere in the world has some beautiful places, and I think we've been through some of the best of it the last 4 days.
Sally Azan did enough to keep the experienced Kiwi on her toes the whole way, but ran out of steam over the final stages.
I died today.
After an outstanding start, she wore the yellow jersey for day 2, but finishes the race 44 minutes behind.
Tough day.
Oh, bloody brutal. I don't know what happened to me. When Fiona overtook me, my spirits just went, oh. But cracked on, you know, still stoked. This is my 2nd season under my belt, so TERREX last year, coast to coast this year, with Stirling TERREX next year. I'm psyched, totally. I know what I need to do, and I'm so excited for that event, and thoroughly enjoyed the whole race. It's been great. And I had a little tear actually when I first saw the sea, and I was like, oh, no, I can't cry. So it was fantastic, amazing.
It's just incredible. I think across the Lake District, the Yorkshire Moors, we sort of kite the length of these the lakes, a bit of sea kayaking along the coast, mountain running, just fantastic.
Next year, the Adidas TERREX adventure will take place in Stirling, and many of these racers will be back to compete in an event that will be as challenging, rewarding and inspirational as this one's been.
It's just a journey, and whatever pace you're going at, it feels amazing to have gone from one side of the country to another under your own power.
Lows, high points, physically exhausted. 1 minute sun comes over and it's another world, isn't it? It's been amazing.
So I'm driving back up to Edinburgh and I'll be at work tomorrow morning behind a desk.